Well, hello. Hello, everyone. It is I, Whimsy, your favorite oracle, and of course, my sidekick, my familiar is here. And as you can see, she has let it be known that she would like to receive attention. So if anyone would like to give our favorite familiar, oops, I'm sorry. There you go, buddy. That's your spot. Yeah, show them your best feature. How is everybody? People had wanted to see Mila. This is my cat. I rescued her off the mean streets of East LA. It's one of the reasons why I love Hope for Paws so much. But this is one of those Hope for Paws rescues right here. There you go. They rescue off the streets of LA. So I didn't use an organization like Hope for Paws. I just gave her food. She was pregnant. And that was how I got my baby. That was how I got my Mila. How is everybody holding up? Yeah, you guys okay? So I thought it would be fun if we did a little personal readings today so that all of you that would like to get some information about your upcoming year, you can go ahead and do that today. And I would love to give you a personal reading, one or two cards. Part of the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of people said that they have never seen me give personal readings. It's always political. And they'd like me to do more personal readings to show how I read the cards. So I look at the tarot cards a lot, differently than the average person because I look to also the 5 element theory and its relationship both with paganism, but also its relationship with, oh, she's falling asleep. She's going to bed. But also its relationship with Chinese medicine. And I'm also interested in the Vedas. I am a licensed naturopathic doctor and I do medical consults, but what I've been trying to do is look at things more from a Chinese medical perspective, which is that we are very much connected with what happens here on Earth and the cycles and the rhythm of the Earth right now. So China is a very ancient civilization, 5,000 years old. And I think that they have learned something about the cycle of life, and they speak about life having 12, life has a 12-year cycle, right? And they look at they look at everything as it connects to the planet, the stars, that these things can actually have an impact on us, which I think is really pretty cool. And let's see if I can show you a little bit of my trip to China, since that's why you came here, right? You wanted to see a slow boat to China, right? Yeah, it was interesting. We did remote viewing, and the Great Wall of China was the Great Wall. That's us at the base of the wall. We were freezing amazing. My sister is as much curious about the world as I am. She's actually visited more countries than I have. She just got back from Turkey. She went to Peru. That's how she wants to spend her retirement, is seeing the world. But this was one of our first international trips, and that we actually went and walked the wall of China, which I thought was really pretty cool. And this is the Forbidden City. And this is Tiananmen Square. So I've always been really, really curious about all of that. I've always been really, really curious about the relationship between all of that. And what I love about the tarot cards is that as I look at the tarot cards, I see that not only are we talking about 5-element theory, but we're talking about pagan ideas, pagan and Jewish ideas, the symbols from the Torah, symbols from the Bible, all of that stuff, symbols of paganism, symbols of ancient Yoruba and Igbo culture out of Nigeria, the San people, which are the most ancient people. We all come from the San people, right? So all of that is found in the tarot. And I think it's absolutely incredible and amazing. And I'm very interested in Carl Jung and this idea of collective consciousness, that we can get into lower states of consciousness, deeper states of consciousness, and connect to the collective. So I think you can be an intellectual and you can still love the cards. I think that's great. All right, we've got a couple of new members here today, and we want to give them gratitude for taking the time to be members here. And then we will do some blitzes. It is tax time. It is tax season. So people that donate will get first priority for your readings. One question. If you guys keep repeating, then other people never get their questions answered. So I'll try to go through as many questions as possible. And people who donate get first pick. Anything else? Yeah, so you'll be paying my taxes. So I really appreciate that. All right. Marianne has become a new member. La 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 la. Marianne 7166. Marianne 7166. We welcome you, we welcome you, we welcome you to the Oracle of Whimsy. Thank you so much for your love, support of the channel. And we have Deborah Granger here. She is a new member of our Fairies and Angels Kingdom. We welcome you. We welcome you, Deborah Granger, to the Oracle of Whimsy. Thank you. And we've got a third member here. MI6, 438. MI6, 438. We welcome you. We welcome you to the Oracle of Whimsy. We bring a little whimsy, a little bit of fun in here. All right, so if I don't see the red question marks, I won't be able to ask the question. What happened? Is this my first video of prediction since you know what happened? What happened? Are you talking about arrest of Maduro or the fall of Iran? Putin's next. Putin actually is supposed to go first. Right? I did a remote view. Then I ran the remote. I had a vision of how it would happen, and then I ran it through computers to see if my remote viewing skills were right. And here's what the remote viewing and the computer said. It said that in Israel and Gaza, they would get to ceasefire. They would exchange the hostages. Hamas would agree to a host country. By being lured there, they would start a rebuild. We have a snag. Hamas is refusing to leave. They've started the rebuild. Putin is facing arrest. They've issued an arrest warrant. They've begun to dismantle his proxy armies. Venezuela would be proxy. We can talk a little bit about that. And we will also see the dismantling of Iranian leadership. We will not see any future deals with Iran or Russia's current government for new relations in hopes for a new Abraham Accords deal to counter BRICS. So that's where we're at. And so the fall of Iran is inevitable, and the fall of Putin is inevitable. All right, first question up is Julie Pechko. Let's go ahead. We'll do the MPAS prayer. We will blitz, blitz, blitz away. I appreciate the donations. Like I said, I owed so much in taxes. It was scary. All right, thank you. It doesn't sound pretty. Let's try it on a pillow. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. For ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, we say Amen. All right, first question out of the gate where I saw the question is coming from Julie Petchow, and she wants to know if she is going to get that job at the university hospital. There's a lot of confusion over this job, and I feel a lot of confusion at this time in your life where you're kind of feeling scattered and scared, and I think it's really important for you. You've got to take care of yourself first, Julie. Keep your blood sugar stable. Do not skip meals. I understand you're skipping breakfast, or I'm feeling your blood sugars all over the place, Julie. Ground yourself. Don't do any recreational drugs right now. You got to get yourself grounded and make sure you're getting good quality protein right now. And this is not the only option out there for you. So even if you don't get this job, the more important thing for you is that you stay balanced and grounded and not let yourself get wigged out. Your wish has been granted. Either you will get the job or you will get something better. So there's nothing to fear in terms of your economic future. Instead, focus on your daily self-care. That is your reading. Yeah, if you need to see me, you can come see me, but yeah, that's what I see there. You're worried, scared, and confused. Well, why did Russia destroy the economy of Venezuela? Why did they shut down the oil production out of Venezuela? What do you think they were trying to do when they went in? It's like this. Putin didn't need to make money off of Venezuela. Putin didn't need to make money off the oil in Venezuela. All Putin had to do was shut down the competition. You see? By shutting down Venezuela, by putting somebody in there that would trash the economy, force chaos in South and Central America, so people began fleeing to the north, which created chaos for the American economy. And shutting down its oil, it already created chaos for the United States. But in addition to that, he didn't have competition for his own oil, right? So he could get out Turkish Stream, right? So when we talked about Putin going down, it really doesn't matter whether it's Trump or somebody else. They're like, woohoo, we're taking the oil. Well, yeah, because the oil was shut down by Putin so that he wouldn't have competition for Turkish Stream. And that was Maduro's job. Maduro's job was to say, business is closed. We are no longer selling oil. So they were down to only like $1 million or something, like nothing, peanuts, because that was Maduro's job. Maduro's job was to shut down the economy. So now they have Maduro's VP in, who is more of a, she's not quite as extreme, but the CIA did research and found that if they completely topple and put Machado in, I believe that Machado in, that it would be too disruptive of the loyalist, the Maduro loyalist. No, that came from the CIA. I fact checked. I fact checked with ChatGPT. Know me. I checked. It is true. So it's true that Putin intentionally shut down their oil because he didn't want competition, and it's also true that the CIA felt that if they didn't want to make the mistakes they had made in Libya when ISIS took over, right? So ISIS took over, and that was the end of Gaddafi, and Libya has never been stable. Whereas if the new person comes in and agrees to open and fair elections, then it's going to be less destabilizing than Libya. Of course, we would have rather this operation been done by mature adults like, Biden, and not, we're going to take the oil. But if you ask me as a remote viewer, yeah, we were always going to take out Putin's puppets, which is what we did in Libya. Yeah. Yeah, well, we talked about the fact that it would be over in 5 months, and that was December, January, and that was when Marjorie Taylor Greene left and when MAGA basically walked out on Donald Trump. So he is, in a sense, a lame duck. There isn't a lot he's going to be able to do. He can do some executive orders, but his executive orders will probably come with a lot of resistance as well. He doesn't have a lot of people agree. He's got problems with Congress right now. People are running from him because of the Epstein situation. He's lost MAGA. There's a huge civil war happening. Candace Owen doesn't support him anymore. Tucker Carlson doesn't support him anymore. Fuentes doesn't support him. And so there's this rift now happening in MAGA. Marjorie Taylor Greene walked out, and that he's, people, we don't have to wait until 2026 for him to be lame duck. We've already achieved that, A biopsy next Thursday, Jay Wu. A biopsy next Thursday. The problem will be removed. The problem will be removed. Whatever the problem is, you needn't be afraid, because the problem will be removed and you will be fine. The weapons of war will be removed. 5 of Swords. Whatever it was taken care of early, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Yeah. Please send me a personal reading for 2026. Never too late to dream. I'm going to do one card for you. And the card is Take the Leap of Faith. 2026 for you is typified by the Fool, and that would be an indication that this is the year that you're going to take risk. Remember that this is the year of the fire horse, folks. And so the fire horse comes in, it's very fast, it's very speedy. It's associated a lot with heat and the hot organs of the body. So when we think about Pitta characteristics, that there are 3 characteristics in body types in Ayurvedic medicine. And when we think about pitta, we're thinking about hot and fiery. And so expect the pitta, the heat, to have a physical impact, right? So here are the pitta is heat, too much heat in the body. So you have fire, water, and earth, right? But and ethers. These are some of the energies we think about in Vedic astrology and also in Ayurvedics. But pitta is fire and water, and that's what you're going to see more of in 2026. So we have the physical characteristics, but it's going to be a sharp mind, intelligence, focused, inquisitive, decisive, clear. But you're also going to get hot. You're going to get fire and water, hot, sharp, oily, light, liquid, penetrating, intense, mobile. Things happening very quickly. And we think about the organs are the small intestine, the heart, the pericardium, and the immune system, known as the triple heater, which when we have too much heat, we can sometimes get a balance of too much water because water attempts to balance the heat. So this is why in congestive heart failure, from a Vedic perspective, you'll get too much water, right? The person will start to have fluid overload, right? That's what's happening with Trump right now. He has congestive heart failure, we think, right? That was too much fire, too much oil, too much red meat in his diet, right? Which gave birth to congestive heart failure. And then his body responded with too much fire, too much water, excuse me. And at that point, you got a problem, right? So the same thing is happening globally in the world. We have too much heat, and too much heat is leading to an adverse course reaction, which is too much water, right? So flooding. I'm feeling a lot of flooding in the Northeast United States, particularly what's vulnerable is going to be between New York and the northern part of North Carolina should be getting massive amounts of rain. And the reason why is because when the polar vortex came in, it dumped a bunch of snow in the Northeast. And there's just a lot of water that's holding over the Northeast. So when the warm winds come in, all of that water begins to hit the atmosphere, and then expect torrential rains to come in on the Northeast side. So we're talking about serious flooding in New Jersey and parts of New York, possibly Virginia and Pennsylvania affected as well. Oh, hi, Wendy, my love. I was sorry to hear your dog had passed away. All right, one card for Wendy. You will get everything, you're going to get a lot achieved. This is a year of great achievement for you, where a lot of what your goals were, whatever your personal goals were, Wendy, I think you must have a really auspicious relationship with the horse, and you must have a really auspicious relationship where that fire is really working for you, because Ace of Wands is also wood. It's wood, which gives birth to fire, right? So wood feeds fire. Water corrects, right? Water puts out fire. Water controls fire. That's why you're getting all this water coming in. It's trying to control the imbalance of too much fire, too much heat, because everything in the world seeks balance, right? It seeks to balance itself with the energies. But you have an Ace of Wands here, Wendy, and that is the fire wand. And that is get up and go, make it happen, entrepreneurship, have a list. I'm going to put the roof up. I'm going to tear this town up. I'm going to make it happen. So I would say this year for you is very, very auspicious. You'll get a lot done. Well, thank you. You're very sweet. All right. Intuitive Kathy wants to see what 2026 is like. Intuitive Kathy, your year will be one of great, uh, you will find the hidden mysteries this year. So, this is the year when you seek that which is hidden and that which is unknown. It is to reveal the hidden mysteries or the energy of the moon. You know, the high priestess is about revealing the knowledge of the moon, that which is hidden, the lesser light, right? The hidden knowledge, the great mysteries. So it's interesting that your name is Intuitive Kathy, because the card of the witch, the high priestess, the woman who seeks to be the wise woman, is the high priestess. And so your year, you will come into your own as the high priestess. Lots of study, lots of meditation. It doesn't happen overnight. All right, one card for Teresa for the new year, and her card is a card of new beginnings. A card of new beginnings. It could be that if you have a home, you're building new things on the home. You're putting up new, building a new shed, or building a new life for yourself on a new property or a new relationship. But it's about starting new things, and it's about new beginnings. And it can often be that you're actually physically building something new this year. So good for you. Yeah. You know, this is somebody who buys some land and then starts putting stuff up on the land. But if you're, and it could be that you're starting a new business, but you're starting I've got something in my eye, it's driving me crazy. But it's somebody who's starting a new adventure that will be quite auspicious, and it's something that you're beginning now, and it's going to work very well for you. You guys, I need question marks. I'm not going to be able to see you guys. All right, Cess Slick. Personal reading card is Justice. This is the year that you will see justice rendered. So justice rendered could be that you had a conflict with somebody, or that you had some kind of issue where there was a boundary or an issue that came up between you and somebody else, and now is the time where you will see justice, or you will be validated, possibly in a court case, or a challenge that you have with another person. You will see justice. Archangel Michael comes with you for the truth. It is your destiny to win. Where am I right now? What's in store? Ann Dillon. What is in store for Ann Dillon? And we get together for personal readings every Saturday if you're a member. So just to let you know, and if you ever want to just come and hang with us and get a one-card reading, you can hang with us on Saturdays if you're a member. It's all about your business. And I mean, this is a business card. It's the Queen of Pentacles. It's a woman who is about her business. You could be starting a new business or investing in financially new projects and new business for 2026. A lot of people feel that way. They feel that they've stopped waiting for somebody to give them a job, and instead they have just been about their business. And that appears to be what's happening with you. Some kind of business affairs will be coming up for you this year, possibly working with others that will be very auspicious for you in the long term. You will do well for yourself in the realms of business this year. Oh, God, I hate when this happens. Oh, you guys ever get something in your eye? And just oh my gosh. No question. See, Sally Joe, you didn't ask a question. You just said you'd love that experience, but you didn't ask me to give you a reading. So I don't know. Oh my goodness, folks. Something has just set off that eye. All that beautiful makeup I put on might have to come off. All right. Okay. Expect to be paid. Things are moving very quickly for you. So yes, yes. But somebody was holding back. Possibly they felt like you hadn't done enough, or they were jerking you around, telling you you had to do more. And so that may have been why the person was holding back on paying you there, because you had a selfishness or an opposition with the Queen of Pentacles, which can sometimes be a bit on the selfish side. So, okay, I'm better now. Yeah, so eventually, yes, you will get paid. Red question marks are better. Thank you, everybody who is donating to the channel. Sorry, I've got to find myself here. This is why I don't put on makeup. Because every time I put on makeup, I get something in my eyes. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, folks. It's been happening a lot lately. Yeah, I've been getting stuff in my eyes a lot. Okay. A reading for Fairborn. Your wish has been granted. That which you want, you will be given to you. So the answer is that whatever it was that you seek will be given to you. Yeah. Thank you, Nisi T, for that donation. I will get to you next as soon as I find your question. So if you are giving a donation, it's really hard for me if I get 500 questions to search out your questions. So if you donate, I will make you the priority. You will jump to the head, but I don't know Nisi's question. So I'm just going to give her a general reading because I don't know what the question was. So yeah, it just makes it easier. It's going to be more enjoyable for you if, yeah, my eye was twitching and something got in it. That's okay. All right, general reading for Nisi. General reading for Nisi. Oh, I look good without makeup. You're very sweet. Thank you. Nisi. I see a new contract over you, Nisi. I see you possibly being able to purchase your own home. This is a card that would denote that you're going to be possibly buying some property. I see furniture and clothing being moved, and I see you buying a new place. And they're also talking here, Nisi, about the fact your guides are that this change that's happening with your movement will be ultimately good for you and good for your health. So there's a move or a commitment to change your living situation that will culminate in improved health for you, Nisi. Thank you so much for the donation. It will go straight to taxes. I know, it's so unfair. I know. I know. We should just be able to live beautiful lives without having to pay taxes. All right, I want to make sure I'm back where I started from. I'm just trying to find where I was. Yeah, if I don't get a question mark, I'm not going to answer the question because it's just too very disorienting. I'm sorry. There's no question mark here. Will I financially be okay? Question mark. Oh, broke my ankle. That's what I saw. Oh my God, Pam. Pam, I'm so sorry. Well, you know, we used to recommend vitamin C and vitamin D and calcium because vitamin C works with calcium to help create new bone. And you also want to make sure that your estrogen and your progesterone levels are okay. You know, if your estrogen declines, estrogen is the growth hormone that tells your body to grow bone. So if our estrogen declines, then we will start to see. I have to turn my coffee off. I'm hearing my coffee. I don't think I turned it off. But that's so vitamin C, calcium, strontium, Bone Up by Jarrow has a good bone formula that has all of that stuff, including the trace minerals. And you may want to talk about low dose estrogen with your doctor. Yeah, because you do a DEXA scan and when estrogen declines, that growth hormone is gone, and that can be really a challenge, folks. Yeah, I mean, it's something that will improve over time with you, but it also requires education, uh, lifting weights, all of that stuff. Education about osteoporosis, osteopenia. But in the end, with knowledge comes power. This is the vulnerable thing. We literally shrink, right, when we get older. Financial outlook for the year. Your financial outlook for the year is confusing. You wound up with the moon card, lunar. That's interesting that you're lunar because lunar is. So they're saying that it's confusing because the universe is kind of confused about how you manifest your money. Like when you're doing your manifestation rituals, see what it is you're producing. Like when you're in your place of producing, like my herbal medicinary, right? When I'm producing a remedy that has to go to a particular person, right? It has to go, it's the right energy for that person. So I know what my intent is when I'm trying to do my work. What they're saying to you is, you're very psychic, by the way. This is a card. Look at this. But here you can see the clarification also. They say your guides will give you whatever you want, but I would read the book Wishcraft. Wishcraft by Barbara Sher. It's an oldie but a goodie. And get yourself a 5-year plan because you've got a lot of potential here to do whatever you like with your life. But they say that, and you're very psychic, but uh, you don't have a plan. They want you to get a little bit clearer about your plan. Yeah, I didn't get a question, Mary. Mary, where's my question? Your year will be about travel the world. You're going to be doing a lot of traveling, and it's going to be an exciting year. So you're going to ride that fire horse this year, and it's going to be um, it's travel and movement. So in terms of your health, I think you're going to be dumping a lot of the old weight and stress and moving towards, I'm putting a lot of people on the anti-inflammatory diet this year to cool the heat and to get rid of the water, right? So when you go mostly plant-based Mediterranean diet, you're going to get rid of the sodium, you're going to get rid of the water, you're going to get rid of the heat, and you're going to go more in balance. Yeah. They also want you to be more physically active, Mary. Portland, Oregon. Oh, do it, Heidi. I need more people in my town. I need more friends in my town. I see strong partnership, and the answer is yes, you should move to Portland. How do we know? Because every card that has to do with moves, and we see movement in the wands. Why do we see movement in the wands? Because wands are associated with time and space. The fire and the wand and the earth elements, which are about movement, like the horse. So the fire horse, right? And the wood horse, it's all about movement, right? Wood gives birth to fire, feeds fire. So the direction of the move is west. So the man faces west. That's the Pacific Northwest, right? So if you're asking about travel or direction and you get a two of wands, the direction is west. Three of wands is east. Also, you have love and a romantic relationship waiting for you. There's somebody that you have a predestined relationship with in the Oregon area. Possibly a marriage, a soulmate. Get an ace of cups over Pacific Northwest. So yes, absolutely. Think about the coast, think about Portland, because those are great places for people. We have a lot of over 50 dating happening here. So yeah. I have had a personal reading with you. Oh, I'm so happy. I will be 70. Congratulations. Still working. Can you tell me what the year would be like for me? Absolutely. Go back to what you love. When in doubt about your direction in life, just go back to what you love. The universe keeps pulling us back to what we love. I always loved tarot card reading. I went through naturopathic medical school, but I always kept going back to what I love. And so then I just thought, you know what, I'm going to still be a naturopathic doctor, but I'm going to treat my clients to a free tarot reading if they come for their annual, right? So just come to the table as you are, be authentic, be real with people, and go for the things that bring you joy. Six of Cups is about children and going back to what you love. And I'll tell you something else. If you have a soulmate or true love, that could be what this year is about, because it's all about lovers and true love. Sometimes that can be saving animals. Our true love is building a safe haven for unwanted animals. It has nothing to do with a person, but this kind of juxtaposition would indicate that you quite possibly are getting back together with an old love, or that you have a soulmate right over you energetically. Chinese herbs, believe it or not, green tea is one of the best. Green tea, just good old-fashioned green tea, is one of the best things that you can do for weight loss, because green tea suppresses your appetite. And so it's traditionally eaten, drank after a meal. And so if you're 80% done with your meal, if you're 80% full, and then you have a cup of tea to fill you up, it will satisfy you the other 20%. And it will keep you satisfied so that you don't eat late at night. So green tea is one of the fastest ways to lose weight. Yeah. Who knew? Who knew? All right, hold on a second. Thank you so much for the donation. Everyone who's donated. Looks like I have another donation here. Did Dr. Whimsy, should I concern myself with eminent domain? I don't know who did recent survey. There is a huge train project. Based on what I saw, yes. Yes, I think so. Because you had cards telling you that you were starting a new project. Yeah. Yeah, and you'll be working with others. And your wish will be granted. I think you should continue this. MI6438. Yeah, continue with it. Thank you for the donation, by the way. Much appreciated. Okay, I had another donation I need to get to next because they do get priority. Sorry, you guys. Hi, Cecilia. Good to see you here. I like that handkerchief on your head. Yeah. Does my guides have messages? Does my guides have messages for me? Does my guides have messages for me? Let's take a look. What does Cecilia Brown's guides need her to know right now? What does Cecilia Brown's guides need her to know right now? The first thing that you need to know at this time is that you have a very generous heart, that the universe sees your goodness. You are a very good person. This is the thing that you need to get. You are an unusually good person who has seen some extraordinary things, had some extraordinary events. You channel a lot of compassion. And so I get the impression from this energy that you are somebody who channels Gaia, and Gaia is the divine compassion of the earth. So you want to feed everybody. You want to take care of everyone. You want to make the world a better place. It is your calling to give your life to others. However, I would caution you to never put your own life at risk or to serve or help anyone who is attempting to harm you. So the spiritual lesson for you is that you have to come first because you do want to serve others so much. But this is a caution to avoid what is known as suicidal empathy. You must be cautious in the realm of suicidal empathy because it is your nature to give everything. You are probably you've got aspects of the goddess Oshun, but you've got aspects of Yamaya as well. And she is divine mother of the ocean. And just be very careful that you understand that you have the right to say no, that you can walk away, that anybody who's putting your own life in jeopardy, it's a violation of the natural law. You are in violation of the natural order if you put your own life at risk. If you feed them instead of yourself, from a Buddhist perspective, this is a violation. So you must get your own house in order, your own four walls, secure the perimeter, and make sure you always take care of yourself first, and this way you'll be best utilized to the world. You'll be able to help others because you're like an ambulance. You want to go and save everybody, but if the ambulance has 4 broken tires, it's not going to be able to get anywhere. And so they're saying you must know that there are people you cannot save. And if they in any way are harming you, then that is one of those people. You just have to let it go. That includes your own family members. It's a tough reading. I totally get it, Cecilia, but you are a very special person. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles, man. It's like you just want to serve, 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 serve. But girl, you got to take care of yourself. Be very careful with family members because predators will see that and they will be all over that like white on rice. Hi, Lorna Smith. Thank you for your donation. What does 2026 look like for Lorna Smith? Let's take a look. It's great to see you all here. We've got 200 strong getting personal readings for 2026. I will do this again. I don't want you all to think that I'm forgetting you. I will do this again since I know you guys all like it so much. I'm just tired of politics. I want us to just talk to each other, do readings, pay my taxes, All right, Lorna Smith, what is going on with you for the year? Honestly, it's very likely. I don't know if you're self-employed, but this is showing tremendous independence and mastery. This is the card that traditionally comes to people when they're pursuing mastery. Every year you pick one word that is going to be your set word for the year. And how is that word going to inform this year? And for you, the word is mastery. You are the master. You will spend the year. It's like me. I'm going to spend the year learning that violin, right? I'm going to strengthen my vibrato, right? I'm going to be confident in position 3, right? I'm working on my position 3, right? So those are the kinds of things we think about when we think about the 8 of Pentacles. So you're entering into a time, Lorna, of confidence. It's a confidence card. And it's also a card of mastery that would be indicating that whatever's going on with you right now is the time to think about how you can achieve mastery. Other thing I would say about this card is that when I look at this card, I often think of self-employment, that this is somebody who is probably making their own coin. He is making his own coin and he is perfect. Like every coin he pounds out is perfect with the 8 of Pentacles. So this is somebody who is on a journey to perfect their work, to produce the best. There's somebody who's taking pride in their product, what they are producing. It's somebody who is becoming very independent. And it's somebody who will probably be in a situation in the future where they'll be able to financially support themselves independently. So that's what I see for your future, Lorna. Yeah. In terms of your clarification card, yeah, we cannot change the past. The Queen of Swords comes as a card of clarification. Put the past behind you. You're a smart woman. You worked hard to get to where you're at. Move forward in life. Be disciplined. Keep your own house in order. Avoid gossip. And just take care of yourself and do what you have to do to take care of yourself. Adita Maikano 8833, thank you for your donation. There's no question, so I'm assuming you just want a general reading for 2026. All right, this is a general reading for Adita Michiano. Thank you so much for your donation to my taxes. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, your card is economic stability and a comfortable retirement. So this is the year when you take a look at what you need to do in order to ensure that you are going to be confident financially. It's about your retirement, making sure that you have a strong retirement, and also giving you an opportunity to grow in terms of what you want to invest in. So your investments will go well. You're focusing on your retirement and your future concerns about your finances needn't worry you. You have good stars over your retirement. Yeah. Next question is Monica. There's no question here, so I'm assuming she just wants a general reading. Thank you, Monica. And your question. Ooh, you have a new job coming. So the first card you got is the Page of Pentacles, and this can be messages about a new coin or financial opportunity that is coming your way. A new financial opportunity is coming your way, possibly a new job. The market has changed. The market has crashed. A lot of people are taking AI training. I think it's a great idea. Start with, I just think start with what you think is going to be the most useful, but I'm seeing a huge crash or changes happening, and it ultimately leads to you getting a new job or new economic opportunity. So whatever the major changes are that are going on for you right now, Monica, it results in you getting a great economic situation for yourself, a good job of some type, because your opposition is showing this crash, but you yourself have the Page of Pentacles. So you have a new job or new economic opportunity headed your way. Good for you, girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dollar collector, dollar collector. How are you today, dollar collector? Thank you so much for that donation. It's much appreciated. What is your 2026 going to look like? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. What is your 2026 going to look like? And it is a time of dreaming and creativity. A time of creativity and dreaming. Your card came in as the Queen of Cups, and she rubs her lamps and dreams. This is somebody who could be working on your manifestation, your ability to manifest. What do you want to manifest? So now is the time to dream it and start creating. I'll tell you, this is the most important part of the process, because the message for you, Doll Collector 50, is that the dreaming is the most important part. Because if you don't spend time dreaming and thinking about what it is that you really want out of life, you'll be spending all your time absently working towards goals that you may not even want. Well, I guess I'll go be an accountant. It's a good job. It's not really what I want to do with my life. And, I'm wasting my life on a job I hate. But so the person doesn't think, they don't dream, and then they end up miserable and depressed. The only thing they have to look forward to is the beer they get to crack open when they come home at night, because they didn't take time to dream. So the message for you is to have big dreams. That's what Oprah Winfrey says. Have big, big dreams for yourself, right? So from those big dreams, then you can build a 1-year plan, a 5-year plan. That's why I recommend Wishcraft, because she really helped me get organized. I had a big, big dream. I want to be a doctor, right? That's a big, big dream. And I had to start out in community college. It's like, I'm never going to be a doctor. I became a doctor because I just kept my house in order. I had a big, big dream, and then I stayed focused. And that's your message for you, is have big, big dreams. But don't procrastinate, because the dark aspect of the Queen of Cups is she has big dreams, but she just sits in dreams all day. So the message here is, good, write your dreams down and then get yourself a plan. Like Maya Musk. She's actually a really nice person. Maya Musk, I've met her. I know her son's a pain in the ass, but Elon Musk mom, she's really nice. But she wrote a book about being a victim of domestic violence, and she said a woman makes a plan. She doesn't always agree with her son. She loves him unconditionally, and she argues with him all the time, right? because that's, we don't always pick who our children marry, what they do. We don't pick these things, right? We just do the best we can, right? But what Maya Musk says in her book is that she kept her own house in order. She took care of herself. Like, she looks good. She has a master's in she's a dietitian. Maybe she has a doctorate. And I got to keep myself together. I've got to take care of myself. I've got to eat right, and I've got to take, if nothing else, then because she had kids to raise, right? She had 3 kids to raise. So that's my message to you, dollar collector, and to anyone who's watching, is have big, big dreams, and then be the woman that makes the plan. Have that 1-year plan. Always take care of yourself and make sure you're the priority. That is your reading. I want to do a clarification on the Queen of Cups. Take it slow and learn patience, doll collector. I want it now. I want it now. You ever see Willy Wonka? Knight of Pentacles is, you must learn patience, slow. It takes forever to become a doctor, right? I want to be a doctor now. Dr. Whimsy wants to be a doctor now, right? But I had to humble myself. So that's the Knight of Pentacles, moves very slowly. Have big dreams, but learn patience and learn to be diligent. Yeah. No question here for Barbara Gould. Thank you so much for your donation. Barbara Gould is, I'll give you just a general answer, a general reading for you. Barbara Gould, your future reading. You have a new job coming. But I retired. I get that a lot. And then they call me, they're like, I took a job. And they're always stunned. They're saying you have a new job. You actually have a paid job coming in, Barbara. If you already have a job, this is talking about movement in the area of your job or new possible income for you. Mm-hmm. And just decisions were made about a new job or a new way to make money, and they say that it work smarter, not harder, Barb. You have this opportunity to have money coming in. You don't want to work too hard. It's an opportunity to bring a little bit of extra money is coming your way, and it has something to do with the fulfillment of a dream. So maybe you got a little side hustle here, but yeah, you got a new job here. Avoid difficulty. Your adversaries don't work so hard over the issue of financial constraint. Dream big. And so, yeah, you got new money, new job coming your way. Good for you, girl. Yeah. I have some more questions here. Oh, Colleen, hi. How are you, my love? Colleen has fairies living at her home. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Y'all saw the fairy in her home? It was crazy. I don't think I have the image right now. Wonder if I do. Colleen, do I have that old image that you had? Yeah, she has fairies. Literally. It's interesting. I did a remote view for Colleen, and oh, here it is. What the fairy said in the remote was that there had been construction by her home, like they had done some construction, and there was like a band. It was a whole family of fairies. I had this most bizarre vision, and they were like, well, hey, did you see the place down the road? It's fantastic. So they packed up and moved down the road because there was all this reconstruction happening. It was totally crazy. And I was like, I just had the weirdest vision from your home where I saw these fairies had to move because they lost their home. It was just absolutely crazy. So that was her fairies. Oh, do I have this download? I want to be able to show you guys this download. Yeah, it was pretty wild. It's not a bug. People had asked if it was a bug. It's not a bug because a bug would go, you can always tell it's not a bug. First off, the movements, it wasn't a bug. And secondly, the other way you can tell that it's not a bug is because bugs go towards the light, whereas it was an actual fairy. Let me show you Colleen's fairy. Y'all want to see her fairy? Yeah, we want to see a fairy. We want to see a real. They moved in. They a whole bunch of them. There was like 30 or 40 of them. The first time I called Colleen on the phone, a Tinkerbell flew past her head, like, and I shook my eyes like. I said, the weirdest thing just happened to me, Colleen. I swear to God, I just saw a Tinkerbell, complete with the wand and everything, fly. I thought, man, I gotta get some sleep or something. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Is I saw a damn fairy fly past your damn head. So this is Colleen's home. You can see the light over here. Usually, if you see a large object and you wonder if it's a fairy, if it's going towards the light, then that is a bug. Okay, so this is the fairy. This ball of light you just saw, this manifestation, there's a Tinkerbell in the center. She literally is a Tinkerbell. It looks to me like a queen of a fairy or something. She comes down. Oh, that's just one of them. But we had some ones that are really, really better. We had she sent me like the whole film footage, which was just mind blowing. One flew right past her head. I mean, the one that flew right past her head. Dang, girl, I can't find the whole one that you sent me. Oh well, I'll try and find it for you guys. But yeah, that's just the 15-second one. But there's a full one where, yeah, it's just crazy, crazy. Maybe you can send that to me, Colleen, and I can show it to the audience if they want to see your fairies. She's been filming them. When she told me, oh, that's my fairies, I thought, okay, I'm not crazy. She's seeing them too. So now we had 2 witnesses, right? 2 people witnessing seeing them. All right, Colleen. Fast and Furious. What is going on here? That's weird. That's weird. I lost my communication here. Hold on a second. Oh, my phone died. Sorry, you guys. The phone died. Hold on a second. I need to. All right. Sorry about that, you guys. It was unplugged. All right, Colleen. So the first card you got was the Knight of Swords. So you could be feeling some kind of anger or restlessness, also vulnerability in the metal element, which can be lungs and large intestine. You could be having an aggravation in the lung and the large intestines because That is the Knight of Swords, which was lung and large intestine. So just be aware of that. It could be a sign that you're getting a little antsy. It could also be a sign that you're starting to feel better, Colleen. Gosh darn it. I'm sorry, folks. Because this card has to do a lot with anger, bull in a china shop. Maybe you've been feeling a lot of anger or frustration. You have things you want to achieve. There we go. Yeah, so if you're feeling that kind of anxiousness, sometimes it's a good thing. It can be that the person's just feeling like they want to start making things happen for themselves. So there is this kind of anger and frustration you're feeling a little bit. You want to make things happen for yourself right now. So my feeling is whatever your goals are in life right now, I would just advise you to start now. You know, just start now, because sorry. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Yeah, because I'm just feeling a lot of frustration here, Colleen. I'm just feeling that you need to start making things happen for yourself, and that you're going to be terribly disappointed in yourself if you don't make an effort, because this is all about you've got to be your own motivator. Listen to the mantras, and get up and start creating small goals for yourself and then larger goals, because that's a feeling of almost like a frustration, like I got to make my life happen now. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much to RJPH7XX for that donation. I have a decision to make. Okay. What does Spirit tell me about this, or a general message? Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see what you got here. A major decision for RJ-PH7XX. Well, they're talking here about grief. So it could be that you're feeling some grief right now, this decision. And also a feeling like you made the decision and the decision was based on maybe you lost some stuff. So it could be that you felt that you've already lost so much. 5 of Cups is when we've lost so much already, and this decision, I'll lose even more. I've already lost a third from this investment. It's that kind of a feeling. So you have to look at what is your end goal and what do you hope to achieve. What is your end goal and what do you hope to achieve? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to have these needs met now? I feel that someone is put upon you, like you are put upon. There's something here about some kind of a issue where the other person, are you having a conflict with someone by any chance who's making life difficult for you? The truth will come out. Pursue the truth. The decision you make should be based on the truth and not from intimidation or threats by somebody who feels that they're in a position of power or is trying to harm you. I want you to get out. If you feel you're being controlled from somebody, more important than anything else is to not have your decisions be based on somebody else having control over you. It should be based on what is best for you. And that means you need to spend time by yourself where you can think for yourself and not be manipulated by what the other person wants. The other person may want things that are harmful to you. And if they've repeatedly shown that they can't be trusted, past actions. So just be aware of all of those things, because those are the things that are coming up in this reading for you. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Yeah. All right. Spun Stricken 9065. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much for your question today. You'd like to have a reading on 2026. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, let's see what you got going on here. Life is a slow walk in the park. It is not a sprint. Like, take things slow. The advice for 2026 is to not rush into anything and don't make any major decisions too quickly. The Knight of Pentacles cautions you to take things slow. It could also be endings, that this is the year that things end. A marriage ends, a job ends, a relationship ends. This is a time of endings and new beginnings for you. Could be that you ended one job and now you're starting another job. And it will be a year where you grow tremendously, and you grow in confidence a lot this year. This will be the year you grow a lot in confidence, and you're going to be able to take on positions of power that you didn't have before, even in terms of leadership. You may find yourself more the leader, like, I can handle this, I can handle this, I can take this, I am the leader, I can be strong, I can do that, because you're emerging as the emperor, and you've got this opportunity for growth and new economic opportunities for 2026 with that Page of Pentacles. Take it slow, be methodical, and you're growing into an incredibly positive place, a place of tremendous independence, and you'll do well for yourself. Yeah. Hi, Janet. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for your donation. My birthday is coming up next week. Oh, goody. Can you tell me a message from Spirit? Absolutely mente. Janet would like a message from Spirit for her birthday. What does Janet need to know? What does Janet need to know? Janet's future. Happy birthday, Janet. You're going to be having a new job. You know, Page of Pentacles, we've talked about that. It's new employment, new job opportunities. It also means that Archangel Gabriel is close to you, and he brings our ideas. We also channel messages of the divine through Gabriel. Gabriel helped write the Quran with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He channeled that through Gabriel. It got all screwed up because human beings are corrupt, but it started off with a great idea: love, 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 Islam, peace, love, and harmony, right? So that all came down through Gabriel. That's his lineage, Gabriel's lineage. Writing, Gorbachev channeled Gabriel when he wrote the Constitution for Russia. Again, it all got corrupted, but the message is always one of unity, peace, humanity, right? Being supportive of what is, of the things of the earth. Gabriel sits close to the earth, and he is associated with the earth element. And you look at the great writings of Shakespeare or Paul Simon when he wrote the 7 Psalms. You will write a piece that is known as the 7 Psalms. He was woken from a dream, and he heard a voice, boom, you shall write this piece. Well, that would be the inspiration of Gabriel, right? And then he produced the 7 Psalms, right? So expect to have it be a year where you're inspired by great ideas, creative ideas, and also new opportunities for you financially. And it's just something that you decided to do. You're going to decide to manifest more money for your future. And it just Frugality is not working for you. It sits in the house of opposition. But yeah, that is your reading. Good for you. Excelente. Excelente. All right. Next question is, oh, hi, Gigi. Good to see you here. Gigi Parter Lord is in the house. She's been a happy member for 46 months. What is in store for 2026 for the beautiful Gigi Pardo Lord? Looking good there, girl. Good to see you. All right. Colleen, can you send me, can you text me imagery of your fairy? People want to see your fairy. Oh, she's still around. It's crazy. It unfurls. It comes out like this. It's got these little wings. It's got it. You can see it's like it literally looked like it was created by Disney, which leads me to think that Disney is channeling what they really look like. The thing came out. It had these beautiful wings. It opens up. And it had a wand, and it went with this wand, and then it whipped up all this like stardust and flew away. And I was like, holy crap, that's not a bug. And it flew away from the light. And I was like, that's the thing I saw when I called. I called you and I saw that thing fly by your head, and there it is again. Yeah, it made me believe in fairies. But there are many life forms here on Earth that exist that are cloaking, they're hiding, and some of those life forms, we're baffled by them, right? And the fairy realm is one of them. That they appear to be here. They don't seem to want to have anything to do with us, right? All right, Jiggy Pardo's Lord's year. Your year is one where you will be focusing 100% on your health, and I'm being directed by my guides to your lungs. And according to them, you have extremely sensitive lungs. Your thyroid's a little sensitive too, but your lungs. Do you have sarcoidosis? Is something going on with your lungs? I'm picking up a lung disturbance. Yeah, you have to be very, very careful. You have a mold insensitivity, mold and dust and all of that stuff. Your number one priority for 2026 is good lung health. The ocean is very good for you. Maybe go live by the ocean and get away from any kind of heavy metal dust, mold, bird droppings. Some people who have this type of sensitivity, they've been around bird droppings. Be very careful also about your blood sugar and thyroid, the moon. Whoa, when your blood sugar and your protein is all over the place. But overall, it's a good year. You'll be okay financially, but the biggest priority for your overall financial health is to take care of your protect your lungs, get an air filter, think about spending time in the ocean, keep your omega-3s up. And if you do, keep your blood sugar balanced. And if you do that, you're going to have a good year. Yeah. It's scary because, we want to take care of our lungs. Yeah. Came up for you. Mary Daughter, thank you so much for that donation. Let's take a look at the health of Mary Daughter. How is her health? How is your health, my love? How is your health? Mary's biggest health challenge is seasonal affective disorder and depression. Biggest health challenge, seasonal affective disorder, mood, and depression. You have very high standards and you beat yourself up a lot. You present as the Queen of Wands and she stomp, stomp, get up and get up. So you are your own taskmaster, Mary. You are your own taskmaster. You love your carbohydrates, I think, right? Oh, you're really good at helping people. You've got a service oriented. You'll be very successful in career and helping others. I would probably go on the anti-inflammatory diet with this type of energy regarding your health. And I would be very careful about carbohydrates because I'm feeling like my carbohydrates are through the roof. So if you're looking at the anti-inflammatory diet, you want to be, this is the diet that I'm putting my patients in when they come to see me. But I can show you one of the handouts that I'm giving people that because I'm feeling like that's the thing I want to focus on with you, Mary, is yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it because I'm feeling like my blood sugar's a little affected with you, Mary. I'm feeling my blood sugar's all over the place, which leads me to think mostly plant-based, but and lean. You want to avoid fat and carbs. So this is the diet I'm putting most of my patients on, particularly during a fire horse. When there's too much heat, we got to get the heat down, everybody. We got to get the heat down. So everybody's getting put on a diet like this year. So, if you're talking about keeping your blood sugar straight, we're talking about the zone, right? So Jennifer Aniston swears by this. If you want to have a beautiful body of a yogi, this is Jennifer Aniston's diet. I don't know, some naturopath probably put her on it, but she's on the zone anti-inflammatory. So what does that look like? Controlling your carbs, right? Your bread. So you're going to be like 40% complex carbs, 30% protein, and 30% healthy fats is usually the omegas, avocados, and olive oil. And then no eating after 3 to 4 hours prior to bed is when you want to stop eating. Think about greens, beans, onions, berries, mushrooms, nuts, and seeds. But this is the program that I put most people on. And you can see when we're looking at vegetables, what the glycemic load is. 20% sugar versus 3% sugar. But even if you're having an occasional banana, fig, or prunes, it's still got fiber in it. So it's still going to be a lot healthier than if you have table sugar. But if we're talking about healthy grains, the healthiest grain is going to be quinoa because quinoa has the highest protein content. Yeah. You will succeed, though, Mary. You can heal your life because Ace of Wands would indicate that you got the power. Ace of Wands is fire, right? It's got that beautiful fire energy coming in. And so for that reason, I think you're going to be okay. Yeah. All we can do is take care of ourselves, right? Hi, Chainsaw Butterfly. Good to see you here. What will 2026 be like? Let's take a look. What will 2026 be like? Thank you for the donation. It's appreciated. 2026 for you will be, you're the second person to get this, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a power card, and it has to do with the ability to find the hidden, that which is hidden. Yeah. So it's somebody who is seeking the hidden mysteries. Yeah. You're seeking the hidden mysteries, and it could be a time of deep knowledge in 2026. It's a time when you will be pursuing the hidden or greater meaning of things. You could also be somebody who is starting to receive a lot of respect from colleagues and friends over your level of mastery in things which are hidden from view. Also, go back to the things that you love. It's a year of going back to the things that you love. And from that will come a great mystery. But I see respect over you, that people have come to respect your knowledge, that people have come to respect your abilities, and that you will be very picky in the future, chainsaw butterfly. You'll be very, very picky about who gets to have access to your time because you're becoming all that in a bag of chips. High priestess and two of pentacles. Is this worth my time? You're gonna, we only have a limited amount of time, and the question for you is, how do you wish to spend your time? Be careful about how you give up your time this year. Because time is money, and because you're entering into a time of great wisdom and power. And so you may be deciding that you don't want to do certain projects or work with certain people if it just isn't worth your time. It's kind of like when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was channeled, right? She was one of the people that got channeled. And when she was channeled by Chuck, he said that he was kind of bothered by it because he thought she was going to be this really nice person, and instead he said her attitude was, "I don't have time for this. What do you want?" Like, I'm really busy right now trying to save America from the other side. And he said he was kind of intimidated, but then he realized, oh, you're a great soul, and I'm just some remote viewer, some trance medium trying to make contact. And so the first time he made contact with her, she refused to talk to him. I don't really have time to be doing a TV show, The Oracle of Whimsy. There's a lot going on right now. I'm working from the other side to try and save our democracy. So he was like, sorry to bother you. And then he said, well, we do get 10,000 people live usually, watch the show. And then she came back and spoke to him. But that's kind of what your cards reminded me of, Chainsaw, is that you're going to have to really decide who gets access to you. Yeah. How much do they pay you? Time is money. You're a busy, successful person going forward into your future, and you're going to have to really decide how to spend your time. All right. Hi, GG17. Thank you for your $8.88 donation. Thank you. Can I have a birthday reading? Of course you can. Your birthday is January 17th. January 17th. And your message for your birthday is, you could find yourself having an opportunity to buy a little bit of real estate. It's time to think about real estate. Yes, it is. Because you've got this card coming in, which is the real estate card. The Three of Pentacles you could be purchasing. You could be purchasing. Yep. This could be a year when you do something in terms of real estate. Be very careful on the real estate market right now, because a lot of people are getting burned, but there is an opportunity for you with these cards. They're suggesting you may be able to buy some real estate this year or go into some real estate investments. You can see that coming in really nicely for you with that real estate investing. And you could get yourself a good deal this year. Yeah. Do you want to buy property? Because they're saying a down payment on a place could be an option this year. I am shocked. Have you seen how much the prices are dropping just in the Oregon? I mean, it's also rent. I don't know what is going on. I don't know nothing about nothing, but I just noticed that prices are really starting to drop. Yeah, you've got a really good juxtaposition here for somebody who could be buying real estate. I know a lot of you are all trying to sell too, right? The problem is the market is terrible right now. It's becoming a buyer's market. Yeah, they said that you were like getting too much, you had too much carbs in your system, Mary. That's what came up. I know you don't want to hear that. You're like me, you love your carbohydrates. Mm. Hi, Monica. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for coming in and donating, and thank you for your question. My daughter's finances for this year, she just moved to her own place. Oh, congratulations. I hope she has a success there. Let's take a look and see what's going on with Monica. Monica's daughter, how is she doing? Monica's daughter. Oh, she went through a really tough time, huh, your daughter? Did your daughter go through a divorce? Did she go through a breakup or something? Yeah, your daughter went through something really rough. They're saying she had a heartbreak. Wow. What, did she come out of an abusive relationship? Look at that. Three of Swords, and there's this angry, violent energy. Did she get away from some guy? Your daughter's going to be fine. She's starting her own business. She's going to become a financier. Her final outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. Tell her to own her own company. She's an entrepreneur. She's going to make her own money. She's going to be rich, but she needs to be careful in the ways of love. Because guys get obsessed with her. You must have a very beautiful daughter because I'm seeing obsession. Look at this. Look at this. No one can have you but me. And then the Three of Swords. And then look at this. My rules, my woman, my property, me, King of Wong gonna come in there and take over the territory, right? So she has this kind of aspect where she has to be very careful, your daughter, about attracting, it's mine, it's my woman, it's my property, I own you, I own your mom. It's like, this is really obsessive. Guys get obsessed with her and she needs to protect herself. But look at her final outcome. She's going to be a rich girl. She doesn't need a man. Yeah. Wow. I got to find that story. You and I need to go out for a beer. I don't drink, but a cup of coffee. And do tell me all the juicy details. All right. I'm going back to the top. Is everybody still here from earlier today? I'm sorry. If you donate, I do have to make them priority. It's just the way it is. Unfortunately, I cannot avoid my taxes. So I'm going to come back up here. Let's go to Feeborn. I don't think, Feeborn, are you still here? Your reading for the year is justice, harmony, and service to others. So your year will be about justice, harmony, and you will be serving others. Yeah. I think I already did your reading, didn't I, Gigi 17? I think we did GG 17th, right? Did we do GG 17? I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I'm not repeating. People get mad at that. I don't think I did. Don't think I did do GG 17. Happy birthday. Oh, I did do. No, I did do. Yeah, I did do GG. We got to your birthday. Happy birthday, GG. Yeah. Just want to make sure I got to everybody. Okay, there's a lot of questions, you guys. I'm going as fast as I can. Okay, we did this. You're going to be okay. Lunar Liz, we did. You were going to be okay financially, Lunar. Yeah. Heidi Christensen, we got to you. I'm going to come way down here. Let's see here. Eleanor, are you still here, Eleanor? Eleanor Wittering, 3126, Health Outlook. Yeah, take a look at the Eat to Live by Joel Furman is the book I'm recommending for most of my patients, and the Anti-Inflammatory Diet. Yeah, I think that the main thing, health outlook for you and others, is a state of confusion about not knowing what to eat. Look, just avoid junk. Try and eat mostly plants. If you want to have protein in your diet, just make sure it's lean. So remove the skin, like I'm baking some turkey thighs. Somebody went and bought me 2 turkey thighs. And I'm slow cooking them. I love turkey. It's like the more turkey, the better. Must be something in it I need. But yeah, so I'm slow cooking it all day, like all day long. It's going to be delicious. So and the skin has been removed. The skin of the turkey has been removed. So you put it in a quarter of a water, right? Like a quarter cup of water or something with a lid on, and you steam it. You can add a little bit of olive oil if you like, and spices, and just keep it real simple. Yeah, so the main thing I pick up spiritually for people, like I said, and what I've talked about over and over again with people, is that watch your heart health. Watch your heart health. Yeah. All right, Aaron. Thank you so much for your donation, Aaron. Let's take a look at a general reading for Aaron. Oh, Marianne 7166. Okay, thanks. You're so amazing. Thank you for helping, Siobhan, and everyone else. Thank you, Jeremy. Aaron's reading. Aaron. Ooh, a feeling that you have to defend yourself against the world. The 7 of Wands comes to you when you have a feeling that you have to fight against the world, that it's you and me against the world. So it could be a year where you just feel that you're fighting a lot of other people to maintain your own territory or space, and that this is the year when you start to have to make actions about protecting your own space or territory. It's about delineating your space from somebody else's. Yeah. So it's a year of establishing territory for yourself, being strong in your convictions, creating a space for yourself, And it could, unfortunately, be careful about conflict with others during this time because it's a necessary process for you to get control over your life. But it may also mean having to establish new boundaries with people. Overall, though, it will be good for you. Hi, Beverly. Thank you so much for that donation. Okay. Beverly. What is in the future for Beverly Blue Mel 5981? And your future is one of determination. This is somebody who shows up as the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands seeks justice absolute. She will not back down. It's my way or the highway. She is the wand. She is the fire. She establishes the territory. So this is a year when you are fired up. Fired up, you're ready to go, as Obama would say. I think that you're really going to ride this year well, Beverly. You're going to ride on that heat. I imagine you've got some fire in your chart because you're doing really well this year. And it's a year when you will not back down and you are going to wash those dishes. I will not go to bed with a dirty sink. It has that kind of an aspect where you are going to get. This is a person who is fed up. I'm going to make it happen, gosh darn it. I am going to get organized and I'm going to make it happen. Going to build a mountain. Right? It's that kind of an energy. So I would say it's a very, very productive energy for you. And it's also about you beating yourself up into an extent, not in a destructive way, but it's like, get out your lazy bones out of that bed and get up there and start to walk. So it has this kind of aspect to it where you're really pushing yourself to do amazing things this year. And have fun. Don't torture yourself. If you've decided you're going to learn to run that 5 miles or whatever, that's great. But they're saying don't beat yourself up over it. Have fun along the way as you create these new goals for yourself. Yeah. Hi, Gloria. Good to see you, my love. Good to see you. All right. Let's see about a reading for Gloria. What is in the future for Gloria? Gloria, good to see you, my love. What is Gloria's future? I love being a reader. It's so much fun. All right. Gloria, Gloria. Yeah, da, 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 da. Yeah, da, 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 da. Gloria. They ruined that song for me. They were January 6th ruined. Okay, so your year is about overcoming your addictions. This is a year. You got addiction? Is it to the peanut butter chocolate cookies that I had the other night? Oh my God. I got some chocolate chip cookies. They were wafers. And then they had chocolate, whipped chocolate, and then covered in dark chocolate. I was like putting those whole in my mouth with a swig of milk. It's like the doctor, do as I say, not as I do. I was like, okay. And then I got Doritos. I was like, I went insane Saturday. It's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? We're all human. I gave the Doritos to my next door neighbor. Eat those. Get them out of my sight. Vuss. Go. Take the Doritos. Be gone. But don't take the chocolate cookies. All right. So be aware that the devil comes in, and the devil, Gloria, is an opportunity for you to look at your addictions, whether it's codependent relationships or food or something else that you're tied to. I like the fact that the hermit stands in your opposition. So on some level, you have this intellectual awareness that you shouldn't be doing certain things or having certain relationships. Also, Four of Pentacles is retracted, and it's a self-examination year. So I think this is the year when you are really going to start taking a look at your bad habits. Why do I do that? Why did Dr. Whimsy buy Doritos and chocolate peanut butter cookies? Right? Because it tastes good, right? It tastes really good. Um, so that's our challenge. Gloria, I'm in the same, people think because I'm a doctor, I've got it all figured out. Oh my Lord, I have so many temptations. My feeling is, let me just start with the basics. And then if I can do the basics, always go back to the basics. Always go back to the anti-inflammatory diet. If you do that, you'll have a good year, Gloria. You will. All right, so I'm going back to the questions I had before, and I'm sorry, there were people that asked a while ago, and I have to go back. If a person donates, then they get to jump the line. So I know it's frustrating for people, but if you're patient, you will get a free reading if I can find you. Let me just see. There's a lot of people asked, so I honestly don't know where I am. There are thousands of questions here. So it was Marianne. Marianne is freaking out a little bit. Okay, I think we said she would be okay. Okay, we did that. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to find my way here. We got to the broken ankle. We have a lot of birthdays. Y'all, how many of y'all are having birthdays this month? Okay, hold on. What was this? I've seen this morning. It's like, what the hell, Bruce? That's just a color you skip so dark. It's a bruise like black and blue. You could tell the bruise. I don't really understand what I'm reading. I'm sorry. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, welcome, Marianne. Did you have a question? Let's go ahead and give a reading to Marianne 7166. And your year will be, moon energy, psychic phenomenon, confusion, watch blood sugar and hormones, take life slow, go with the flow, and enjoy a year of learning. But overall, it's not a stressful year for you, Marianne. It's a year of learning, go with the flow with the King of Cups, take life slow, watch your blood sugar. Anytime I get moon, I worry about alcohol, marijuana, anything that spaces you out, blood sugar dysregulation, thyroid imbalance. Yeah, but also the positive aspect of psychic phenomenon. Yeah. Where should my focus be this year? DLG 11. Where should my focus be this year? That is a good question. Where should your focus be this year? Business. Your focus should be on your business and how you can become more professional in your business and be, and you're going to have a little bit of travel this year also. That's fun. It's about becoming independent, being about your business, mastering your skills of professionalism, also being strong in your power, strong in your center, and being confident in taking control of your territory. Yeah, it's about control, taking control of it, being about your business, and Don't get embroiled in other people's stuff. You know, that comes up a lot. Like Seven of Swords is to flee like a thief, to avoid conflict, or to avoid a situation you don't want to be in. King of Wands, he stands in his territory. The Queen of Pentacles minds her own business. She focuses on her finances a little bit. There is a little bit of travel here this year coming up for you, but overall, this is somebody who wants to just focus on taking care of her business. This is not a year I plan on traveling. I traveled nonstop for 3 years. I was absolutely exhausted. And now it's all about, I just want to take care of myself, focus on my business, and I have no desire to go in. I'm burned out on it. I just burned out completely on it. Okay, so you guys wanted to see the fairy, right? Colleen's fairy. Yeah, let's see if we can open that up for you. Thank you, Colleen. This is like the Queen of the Fairies. That's what it looks like to me. It's like it's the queen. It's the Queen of the Fairies. May. Well, what's the name of the Queen of the Fairies? But she has like a queen fairy living there, right? It does look that way. I'll show her. I'll show you the fairy. There it is. You can see the wingspan. You see it's got 2 wings. It's too large to be, it's the size of it's probably the size of a hummingbird. It's moving away from the light. And it has a wand. You should be able to see its wand. It's a female. And you should be able to see her wand when her wand comes up. See her wand? And she moves around. And then she leaves and comes back again. So let me show you that again. You can see her wand. You should be able to see her wand, and you should be able to see her fairy wings. She has very thin fairy wings. She comes around. She comes up. The other thing I noticed was that there was more than one. She's down on the ground here. Watch her come up. There she comes up. You see her? You see and she's holding it's not just her wings. She's holding something in her hand. I swear she looks just like the Disney fairy. She comes up. Look at that. She comes down. And then she disappears. And then you start to see activity start to happen. Over here, you start to see some fairy activity. Here she comes up again. She comes around. And she goes into that area. It's like, what the hell are they doing? But when I did the remote on the fairies, it was just wild because what I had seen was it was like a whole bag. It was like freaking gnomes. They were dressed like gnomes, and they had like bags, and they were like digging up land and bulldozers, and it was like the whole area got ripped apart, and they went across the street. And I don't know if Colleen can send you pictures of her home, but she's got like a fairy garden she created. So what she did energetically was they said, hey, you guys, take a look at this place. And so they loved it because she had put all this energy to attract a fairy home. And so like 20, 30 fairies ended up moving into her place. Isn't that crazy? But before she told me all of this, he's like, oh, it can be a bug. Before she even told me this, when she was standing at her door and talking to me on the phone, that thing that you guys just saw flew past her head. It's like, okay, now I swear I'm losing my mind. But that is Colleen's fairy. Yeah, crazy. Hi, Jeremy. Good to see you here. What do I have to look forward to in 2026? Saving more dogs, saving more lives. Every day we do what we can to make the world a better place for others. That's your destiny, Jeremy. Service to others. You gain strength and purpose when you walk in a way where you are in service to others. The Six of Pentacles. You're also going to be developing a place, possibly a permanent place, buying property, and possibly getting a rescue here in the United States, because they're talking about your service and possibly getting property. So you could be buying some land and turn it into a rescue site or something. You're also entering into the time of the King of Swords, where you're becoming incredibly disciplined. They're saying we can bitch until the cows come home about all the horrible things that are going on in the world. And there gets to be a point, Jeremy, where you just become disgusted. It's like, forget it, I'll just do it myself. And that's what happens. Five of Swords takes the weapons away, a war away from one's enemies. You do it yourself. Six of Pentacles. And you are entering into you have an adverse relationship with the King of Swords, which is discipline. But I'm telling you, you could be also looking at real estate purchase with a Three of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do they trace dark money to the giant Christian nationals? By going backwards from the lobbying organization. So you start with Heritage Fund, which is opaque by design, or other pro-life groups, and then you trace it back to the churches that donated the money. And then you find out that these churches are wheeling and dealing and doing business and buying land and property. And the money to buy the property and to do the investments came from donations. And so it's a way of making profits and investing through the church that's tax-free. And then the money can then be earmarked through a lobbying group to help you get elected. So that is how the church came to be, corrupt. Focus this year should be on love. Your focus this year should be on love. Sue, will my planned trip to Greece go well? Well, of course it will. Greece is amazing. A lot of pre-planning going into this trip. They say there's a lot you're going to want to take care of, and a lot you're going to want to plan to have it be a good trip. But don't plan too much. Don't try and overwhelm yourself. But you're entering into the time of the King of Swords, which is discipline, a new beginning. Six of Pentacles. Yes, you can afford it, but you have to plan it. It's a trip where this person wants to make sure they see everything and do everything. Yeah, King of Swords is very disciplined. Like, I definitely want to get to Athens. I definitely want to get to the Athens market. So you have I've been to the Athens market. It's cool. My sister was like, I'm not walking in this market. So we went and we ended up finding a nice cafe there. Yeah, it's a huge ancient market. Will your daughter finally get a job after searching? Yes, she will. She will be smooching with the King of Cups. And also her investments, she's going to be investing in some side hustles that will do very well for her in the future. Yeah. Oh my God. Pam broke her leg. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to call it quits and have something to eat since I've been here for a couple of hours now. Yeah, you'll be okay. You'll be back on your feet in the next couple of months. Hmm. How does January look for me, Lorna Smith? Very good, very productive. You'll get a lot done, and also it'll be financially auspicious for you. The things you create now will be very auspicious for you. Yeah. I don't think it was up to Trump. I don't think that the president had anything to do with it. I think that it has to do with the 5 phases. I think it's the same reason that Obama bombed Libya. It's always been about controlling the trade routes of Russia. Russia didn't have to make money off of Venezuelan oil. That wasn't what Russia was interested in. What Russia was interested in is closing down Venezuelan oil. Simply by taking over and saying stop production, he was able to get what he wanted, because what Putin wanted was to move attention towards his oil, which was coming out of Siberia. And the way that Trump is talking is really bungling up a military action that had been planned for some time. And these actions don't usually have anything to do with the president. And, I don't think that they captured Maduro, and I don't think there was a big shootout. I think it was an agreed surrender, and it was probably arranged through his military. But even if we agree not to prosecute him and send him to Russia, which is what it looks like is going to happen, they will let his VP finish things out just because the CIA doesn't want civil war. Again, that had nothing to do with Trump. That had to do with the CIA. Is that if you topple a government and let ISIS come in, then you wind up with the mistakes of Libya. Whereas if Libya had kept Gaddafi's successors and then pressured the successor to work with the Americans to move away from, well, they were trying to block his trade with Putin. So it's trade wars. It's always been about trade wars. And people, when they say put our attention back home and not on these foreign wars, it's really because we have failed to explain to people what the function or purpose of these trade wars is. And the purpose is that if we don't control the oil, if we don't control this stuff, and if it gets shut down, then it creates international chaos. Then everybody says, well, we can't get Venezuela oil. We can get pennies on the dollar. I'm selling over in Siberia. We're going to mess up the whole OPEC, right? Come buy from Turkish Stream, the Russian stream, right, that ran through Turkey that he arranged. So that's what he did. And that was how we wound up in this situation of chaos with Russia. So he shut down Venezuela's oil. And so where are we going to get oil now? Well, I happen to have some oil right over here in Siberia. You don't need to be buying it. So he was going into these areas and he was bankrupting them by design, intentionally, in the hopes that certain countries, China, etc., would be buying his oil. Thank you, Jeremy. That's very kind. Okay, you guys, if I didn't get to your questions, I'm sorry. I was here for a full 2 hours. I think I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm starving. I was here over 2 hours. Yeah, so this was fun. I will do it again though, if you guys want me to do a reading in the future, then I can do that. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. All right, you guys, thank you so much for coming in. If you need to see me, if you haven't been able to get into a reading today and you'd like to have a reading with me, the information is below. Or if you have a single reading and you want me to pre-tape it for you, you can book it through Booksy, and I usually can get that answer to you within a week. All right, we're out of here. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging with me, everybody. It was a lot of fun. All right.